What's up everyone, my name's Dustin and welcome back to A Plant-Based Planet. Today we will be making beefy baked burritos. Now I know in the past we've already made baked chicken taquitos and these are pretty similar, but there are some differences. But you have to also bear with us, we live in West Texas, we eat a bunch of Mexican food. So you'll see a lot of different Mexican food veganized on this channel, but I promise we'll cover everything from spaghetti to burgers to chili and everything in between. For this recipe, you will need either 2 regular sized cans of beans or 1 big one, just depends on what you can find. I always look for the no fat refried beans. That means there's no lard in them, aka vegan. Enchilada sauce, tortillas, 2 bags of the beefless ground, any kind of vegan meat, crumbles, it's all ground beef basically. Cheese, we use dye as always, cheddar and mozzarella. The recipe calls for 1 onion. We always do that. If we have a jalapeno around, we'll throw that in too. We didn't have one, unfortunately. We had an extra Roma tomato that we didn't use on a previous recipe, so we're going to throw that in, and this will be actually the first time we've ever thrown tomato in this recipe, so it should be fine. And we got a pan to throw it all in the oven. That's for the meat. That's for the beans and enchilada sauce, which I will get to. And preheat your oven for 400 degrees. Also, taco seasoning, 2 packets. I always leave something out, it seems like. And before I go any further in this recipe, I just wanted to read a few things to show what I mean when the plant meat is typically healthier than the real meat. It's gluten-free, 87% less fat per serving than regular ground beef. You go back here, 2 grams of fat for this every 3/4 of a cup compared to 16 grams in regular. And cholesterol, 77 milligrams of cholesterol in the regular, 0 in this. Because animal products are the only thing that can contain cholesterol. So if you're having cholesterol issues, lay off the meat. Go to this, tastes the same, you get way healthier. Also, this whole bag has 81 grams of protein. And once the beef starts to brown a little bit more, throw in the taco seasoning. And then I do about 3/4 of a cup of water, sometimes a little more. These plant meats, they don't give off like the natural grease that typical ground beef and stuff would. Which kind of means less cooks away. You get what you get in the bag. But after a little bit, I like to add water just to help cook it up, mix it in with the taco seasoning. Then, after that's cooked up for about 2 minutes, you add in the onion, jalapeno, tomato, whatever you got chopped up. You don't always have to follow me to the T. You can always tweak my recipes a little bit if you want to add less or more vegetables. Do whatever best suits you and your household. So here we have everything rolled up. We had a little bit of extra beef and onion mixture, so we just always throw that on top. And then the best part, this is the bean enchilada sauce mixture. Just pour it over everything. That's what makes it good. Oop, making a mess. You ain't really cooking if you ain't making a mess. Spread that over. And as I'm doing this, I just did a little rough math in my head. Both bags of the beef, both cans of beans, and then the cheese that I'm going to sprinkle on top. This entire pan has roughly, give or take, 230 grams of protein. And as you can see, we put on both the cheddar and mozzarella diet cheese we had. We put it in the oven. And it's roughly 15 or 20 minutes. I'll set the timer for about 15 and we'll watch it from there. But since we have some time to kill, let's go see what we can get into. I often get asked what I eat in a day. And I figured this would be the best time to explain that because I just got back from a store run. This is pretty much what I buy every week. Got the bananas, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, grapes, dates, spinach, kale, pineapple, apples, some flaxseed. I have a watermelon in the fridge that I already put up. soy milk, flax milk with protein and omegas, coconut water. I'll get to the rest later. So every morning I wake up at 7ish on a weekday for work. 7:45 on my way out the door, I will have a smoothie, pretty much consisting of all of this fruit, and I'll throw in the flaxseed and some of these milks and the coconut water, just whatever. I'll sprinkle in some cinnamon sometimes, just whatever I'm feeling. And I always take Tupperware to work. And around 10 a.m. I have a morning snack, and that's usually I take a couple of the apples and I slice them and I sprinkle cinnamon on them. I might throw some dates in. Sometimes I'll just take a couple bananas with me, and that'll be my morning snack. I just keep it more simple. And then at lunch, when I come home, I usually will do these. I got broccoli, cauliflower, sugar snap, peas, water chestnuts, Brussels sprouts. I got fresh asparagus in the fridge, and I go back to the kale and the spinach. And I just throw that all in a pan, saute it up, add a little bit of vegan butter, cayenne pepper, sriracha pepper, lemon pepper. You could season it up however you want. I like spicy. But sometimes even I don't feel like having a plate of vegetables for lunch. So I'll go a little more junkier. And, you know, chicken sliders, barbecue porkless pockets. Those are awesome. The spicy chicken sandwiches are amazing. I mean, this is pretty much what I eat in a day. And then in the afternoon, I have another snack around 4 o'clock at work. And that's usually a Tupperware full of watermelon and some pineapple. And it's pretty big. I don't hold back. I'll eat 2 or 3 apples with cinnamon in the morning, and I'll eat a lot of pineapple in the afternoon. It's so good for you and low calorie, and you're getting the things you need that it doesn't matter. You can eat a bunch. So hush. My dogs are going off. So I do this daily. I eat every, brownie. We're not starving ourselves. Vegans don't starve ourselves. I eat every 2 to 2.5 hours or so. But this is what I do. Every week I pretty much buy this or what we're needing. It only costs me like $70 or so for all this. And this feeds me, my girlfriend, and my stepdaughter. Smoothies, multiple snacks, multiple meals, all through the week, the whole week. And then at dinner, we make the recipes that I put on the website. And that is what I eat in a day. And that is what changed my health and my life around and dropped 60 pounds. Here it is before it's cooked. It looks like a ton, which, it kind of is, but the kale and the spinach cook down a lot. So it's not going to look this much when we're done. And see, there's the butter. I usually just do about a spoonful, less than a tablespoon for sure. I don't do much, just enough to kind of melt it, coat everything, get it going. And I'll show you what it looks like once it's done and I've added all the seasonings. And here it is completely cooked. See, it cooked down quite a bit with the kale and the spinach. It is a lot. It's a big plate. I don't really even know the calories. I've done the math on it before. It's like between, 500 and 800 calories. Somewhere between 20 and 30 grams of protein. It's just going to vary depending on you, how much you eat, what you throw in of which vegetables. I don't weigh stuff out anymore. I just know it's delicious, healthy, and tons of protein and all the other stuff you need. And you got to get your calories. If you go to vegetables, they have a lower caloric value than, let's say, meat. So you have to eat more of it. That's why sometimes people can start to look skinny, and vegans get the myth of being unhealthy. Something I get told a lot and see a lot is I eat meat because I'm a carnivore, or my husband loves meat, my carny husband, my carnivore husband. I eat meat because I got these canines just like carnivores, all that. First, it would be omnivore if anything, because we do not eat that meat raw like a carnivore would. They chase the animal down, eat it raw, with organs and guts and blood spilling out. And they're able to do that with their own teeth and claws and not get sick while eating that. When we eat meat, we have to cook it so we don't get sick. And typically, almost always, it's seasoned. And seasonings are crushed up plants. So, it's just not very carnivorous to cook up the raw meat and then sprinkle plants on it. I mean, a lion would never do that. And I personally do not believe that we are omnivores by nature. I think we made ourselves omnivores by choice and really just personal taste and pleasure, because we like the way meat tastes, but we don't need it to live. So technically, I don't see us as omnivores. And to be honest, there's a lot of herbivore animals have the biggest teeth there are. Look at a gorilla or a hippopotamus. They got some long dagger looking teeth, real sharp. They don't eat meat. Carnivores also have protein receptors in their mouth. Humans do not. A carnivore's intestine is more along the lines of like 3 feet, because they got to get that meat in and out. And they've also got very acidic stomachs to break it all down, which also helps them kill that bacteria from the meat so that they don't get sick. Humans, however, have like 15 feet long intestines, really long. They match a herbivore. You can look at the picture of a rabbit intestine with ours. It's almost identical because it's very long, which allows a slow breakdown of all the plants. That's why meat, like, it can stay in the long intestines that we have, and it just can rot in there, and that can mess with our digestion. That can give us stomach problems. Carnivores also have jaws that open and close, just like that, so they can get the meat. Herbivores' jaws can go side to side in a swivel motion to break it down, just like we can. Carnivores also cannot get atherosclerosis. Humans can. Herbivores can. Carnivores cannot. 500,000 people this year will die because of atherosclerosis, and another million plus will have heart attacks and other things. And my final point of why I believe we are herbivorous and we are not even omnivores is we don't have a need for animal products in our diet at all. Vegans get by just fine. You can get it all from plant-based food. So to me, that says a lot. If we can get it all from fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, all of that, and we literally don't need animal products at all, how are we omnivores? If we were omnivores, we would need it, because carnivores need meat. They're not going to survive off anything else. And I'm not going to be mad at a lion for going and killing a gazelle in the wild. That's just what happens. That's the circle of life. Us letting someone murder a cow and a pig is not the circle of life. That cow is not going to sneak up on me and eat me. We're out killing the friendly animals and avoiding the mean animals. Like, that's just not, it just doesn't make any sense. That's not the circle of life, like I always get told. So I hope some of these help. I mean, there's so many things that we are not similar with carnivores at all. And I just covered a lot of them, and I will put some links below and all kinds of stuff just to prove my point and show I'm not just pulling this stuff out of thin air. And here's the final product right out the oven. We gave it an extra 3 minutes or so, so about 18, almost the full 20. Here it is plated. See, you pretty much got to eat it with a fork. It's very messy. The beef looks just like beef. Tastes like it. I've been making this recipe for 4 or 5 years. Veganized it a year or two ago, slowly. Did the meat first, then the cheeses. Nothing has changed. The taste didn't change at all. If anything, it just got healthier and more compassionate. Normal closer to my video. As soon as I pulled it out the oven and I did that last part, I got called into work that night, so this is the closer. So that was Beefy Baked Burritos. Thank you all for watching. This was episode 3. I know it's been a few months. I started slacking with the video production, but here's the 3rd one, and I'm going to try to start doing one every week or two. I'm right at 100 subscribers, so that's awesome. Thank you all very much. I'm meeting more and more new people every day, discussing all these things, non-vegans and vegans alike. It's all awesome and very interesting. And just please share this with all your friends. Like I've said, I don't even consider this channel really for vegans. They can totally come here and get ideas, and it can help them too, but I really am making this for people who were like me at one point, who ate meat and dairy and just didn't maybe know some certain things. So, yes, tell everybody about this, meat eaters alike. I'm not doing this channel to hate on them. I want you to watch it and just be able to embrace it and say, oh, okay, cool. So that's it. Until next time, if you can eat the same but more humane, why not?